Hello, everyone, and welcome back to round 2 back 9 action here in Emporia, Kansas for the 2023 Dynamic Discs Open, stop number 8 of 15 on the Disc Golf Pro Tour season, officially on the back half of the season and now of the event. Paul Ulibarri, Jeremy Koling. We've got a nice little card mixing up some birdies and bogeys today thus far.
Yeah, we got firecrackers on there. I mean, This is one of the funner rounds I've seen. Just because of the personalities and the playing styles are so unique on this card, and that this is your lead card. Matty O, though, no red on that card, which is what you're looking for. But Parker getting no pars.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of people do that recently on these courses. People just are going for everything, and the result sometimes, the consequence is red and green mixed together. Silas Schultz shooting 11 under. He's getting himself back into contention there. A lot of good rounds. We knew that we were going to see some attacking rounds coming out here today, but Tristan Tanner with his nice 12 under. Ezra Aderhold 11 under. People are coming for these dudes. Calvin, early left release. Don't think that went far enough to put him in position to really attack for the birdie, but I don't think he's going to be in much danger of the bogey either.
Missed that one. He does. And he gets the skip.
Too far left can be an issue. I don't know if the forehand approach line is there for Matty-O, but it could be a tricky approach coming up.
Cut rollies. Good tree.
This hole does set up well for the big forehand Anheuser, but you have to avoid hitting that hillside with Anheuser. I've seen a couple people do that in consecutive days now.
Not great from our lead card so far. Matty-O should have that forehand out, though, I think.
Wow. Look at what Emerson has. Not much here. Almost
smoked it.
Yeah, that thing was coming out hot for sure. And Parker catching low ceiling. That looks to be the recipe for his first par of the round. Matty-O steep hyzer, trusting it wide, getting a forward bounce, edge of the circle. Looks like there's quite a bit of space out there, though. And Calvin did get all the way out.
But then he clipped something. He's going to be circle's edge, too.
Okay, yes.
As well.
Not the greatest grouping of plays so far here. Giving it a good effort.
Yeah, it's a long ways away up the hill.
But yeah, he'll be getting his first parakeet.
Yay or nay?
Yay. Yo. Sail away.
Mm-hmm. That is the one thing about this course right now is you still have a breeze.
Oh, yeah.
And it's hard to detect. So with the putter, sometimes they'll do a little lift or a little drop. And you can't really detect it because it's so calm. But it does swirl out here. It really does.
Yeah, card just didn't quite get this one right. Just didn't get all the pieces together.
It's a tricky little hole. I mean, that is a technical tee shot, very specific landing zones. If you can throw a good drive and just kind of be stymied down there. No way to control it because you're throwing like a skip. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I think the forehand Anheuser play for Emerson can control it because you can get that flex, utilize the biggest gap, and then also land flat. But like you said with the skip, it's just taking you towards the bunker trees that Calvin and Matty-O were behind. On to 11, though, uphill, brand new par 3, 385 feet, I believe. 395, excuse me. Very tough to get this one right. Look at this magical skip.
jeez. That was great, Skip. Matty-O just kind of guides it.
Every time.
Just guiding it over there. Circle's edge, very good.
His movement is just so. It's just so repeatable. He just matches that same energy nearly on every throw. Okay.
Bullseye.
Wow.
Just outside.
Yeah, it just made that look too simple.
Parker going to be about pin high 50 left.
Seems about right. Yeah.
And a little short of pin high, actually. Can he grab a piece? Take advantage of the good skip, but that's fine. Par's the norm.
Matteo
ain't going to miss that twice in a row, usually.
No.
That was the same distance, too, just right at that circle's edge.
Stepped right into it.
Very impressed with Emerson's drive here. I haven't seen very many this close.
Have you seen any this close?
I played with Garrett, put it that close. About that close. Maybe a little closer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was bullseye, so same thing. I mean, he did it with a TL.
Makes sense.
Which was...
Yeah, getting that distance up that hill with that low ceiling is a tough thing to do. Getting the angle right and everything. A lot of things to think about on this shot that seems pretty simple when you stand on that tee box, but it is anything but. Alden Harris still holding things down. 9 under, and I believe he's on third card, but he started this round only one back of the leaders.
Yeah.
Just, you had to come out with a hot round.
Hole 12, par 3, 404 down the hill. So we went up, now we go down. You do have out of bounds left, that sidewalk and right. Low ceiling, pushing hyzer. He got it a little up.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
Got pretty much every single bit of that armpit gap on the high right side and upper 90s to just outside bullseye. Matteo, beautiful
Dirty
shot.
little shot there.
Now, is this going to require flex or all hyzer?
Hyzer.
He got it flat, but not flex.
There are little peoples over there. I was gonna say there's a pin high. There's those banners, and so when you come in, it's not.
How flippy, Calvin guiding it with his hand. So
it.
flippy. Okay, never.
Oh, stop.
That was so good.
Oh, that was...
roll that one back. Come on, bring it. Bring me that follow flight.
Come on.
That is so much trust. No, I think that's his eagle. No, or is that mid?
No, that's a mid-range. The Eagles don't fly like that ever.
Yeah, that's his rock 3.
Unless it's another 50 feet farther than it would be his eagle.
I see. I thought he was doing his eagle, and I was like, you don't have an eagle that flippy, Calvin. What are you doing?
Oh, no.
Sorry.
Well, the first one turned him into Anheuser, so that would have gotten him to Circle's Edge probably. But
Yeah.
then the second one turned him into Heiser, and that goes out of bounds almost. And Emmy goes...
Early out of bounds. Yeah, got to trust the same shot, but just a little bit closer this time, making a good adjustment, but it will be a bogey here for Emerson. Hasn't quite broken that scoring barrier yet. Just hasn't gotten things going. Nice little 3 bullseyes out of the first 5 holes. But it's been pretty slow since hole 6. Parker, who hadn't recorded a par on the front 9, will take his 3rd straight here. Meanwhile, Matteo and Calvin's drives inside bullseye. Just going to tap these birdies in.
Just lunch meat for these guys. This is a toughie. With the backhand? Yeah, I think so.
It's a good forehand.
Sidearms kind of...
I feel like Parker and Emerson are both feeling not good about their bogey and par. This is a hole that doesn't require a ton. It's a slightly downhill 400, so it's very reachable, is all I'm saying.
But the backhand. The
back
turnover from Calvin and
Jeez,
that hyzer from...
I didn't even think that we'd see a turnover play there. That was so good. The drone's drunk once again, going this outside route that you're not going to see too many people go with. Some people do. I'm sorry, Paul, don't look at me like that. But hole 13, par 3, 397 uphill. 397 does not take you to the pin. That gets you over the OB line. It's 465, I think, to the pin.
Uphill.
But everyone's going to be going this uphill route, I would imagine. I can't think anyone here is going to do anything safe. Hitting that piece of grass that somehow makes a disc flying at 50 miles an hour jump to the other direction. That was weird.
From one piece of grass, too. Can you believe it? I think it was a collective effort from all the grasses.
They held strong together. They said, we're a band of brothers here. Wonder if Calvin's ever played a hole that he thought looked easier.
Probably the last hole. Oh, Parker, I throw it a million miles. That's such a good shot.
When you stand on this tee box, do you just think, Ezra Aderhold aced this?
Yeah, I do think that.
That is just some special. 4 good drives, a couple left.
Yeah, the real trouble here is the left-hand side of this hole because everybody wants to pull it from left to right, make the fairway big, and then they get caught up in those branches, and that's the trouble that they all avoided. Emerson.
Good effort. Just finding the top ramp.
Nice try. Oh, not a nice try. I mean, he probably gave it a good effort in his mind, but then the body failed him. Matteo has been an inch low a few times.
It really wasn't that far away from making it. But his body anglish. Oh, come on. Okay.
Are you serious?
So this right here is a product of exactly what we're talking about in the practice round, where the bolt is too big. The bottom ring doesn't have an opportunity to collapse up. It gets stuck and it creates that very high tension on the outermost chain link, and it just creates a rebound effect.
That's the first time I've seen that one come out that fast in a long time.
When they come out that fast, that's what's happening, is that bottom ring isn't going up. It's staying taut. And that's really unfortunate. Parker played that hole perfect. He really did. And all the baskets, this isn't a DD thing or latitude or anything else. All baskets that have a bolt at the bottom that's too big are subject to creating that miss. I've seen it on every target, and it's got to change. It's got to be better.
Got to change.
Good putts like that have got to stay in for the birdie.
It's got to change.
It's got to change.
Hole 14, par 5, 975. Parker better go sidearm to the pin. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not even going to break this hole down because it's a Parker sidearm hole. No, it's tricky. It is downhill. You're going to see rollers, backhand turnovers for the most part, and then a few sidearms if you got it. The thing you want to avoid is getting too much hyzer skipping down this hill to the out of bounds. Yeah. He doesn't have to worry about that. The disc was out of energy when it lost its...
Good angle control.
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm trying to say too. This is...
Calvin, it's got enough turn and enough stability at the end to not cut roll, but if that had been a little tiny bit lower, like just 4 or 5 inches lower, that potentially could have cut edge and rolled big time left OB.
This hole is one of the ones that really needs the wind to be difficult. Otherwise, you can do whatever you'd like pretty much off the tee.
It should be a birdie.
Pitch it down to the bottom, pitch it over to the basket, and run away with par at minimum.
It's one of those holes that averages more than half a stroke below par, and those all belong on the gotta get list. 4.42. This is one you definitely don't need to get a ton of distance off the tee shot, because the second shot just gets you to the bottom of the hill as long as you're not doing anything too ridiculous.
It does kind of guard you from getting the eagle, though. with the out of bounds that they place to the left.
Yep.
It pinches you off a bit with that branch.
You're just trying to avoid going over Solder's wall down there at the bottom of the hill. Solder, of course, being named after the famous globetrotter and trailblazer, Sir Archibald Solder III. Parker. Oh, no.
Inch away from a putt. Dang.
Staying
I think he had
OB.
more than that in the tank.
Yeah, but he didn't go for a ton of distance off the tee, I think.
Okay.
I think if he gets a flex line off the tee, he might be in eagle position, but he just went all hyzer.
Can he get the nose up? That's the key. Nose is up. Should be fine.
That's a very common miss, though, coming up a bit short.
It's farther than you think.
It always is, just a little bit farther than you think.
But then you...
See if Matteo makes the same mistake? No, that's fine.
Oh, we'll see if Matteo makes the same mistake.
Oh, who was that Emerson? Sorry. They look so similar. Honestly, physical appearances are deceiving. Slam dunk. And Parker, I'm going to go ahead and say it. Okay, Jam Fest birdie. Forehand. He did it in three shots.
And now he makes a bow. Watch this. He just goes.
This is the product
You're welcome.
of a spotter giving a player 5 inches that he did not have. He did not cross the green up there where the spotter gave him. And he took advantage of it. You know, I mean, the spotter told him a lie, as I'm being told by our producer. And he took the lie because the spotter was very confident, said, hey, you cross up there. On video replay, we could see right there, he most certainly did not cross and bounce it. But he made the putt, so hats off to you for that one.
Well, and it really doesn't matter whether he crossed in or out, as long as the group says it's okay.
That's right.
That's the real rule.
If the group agrees that you're a dinosaur, then you're a dinosaur. That's how disc golf works.
100%. So, yeah, that's the way that works.
And a star frame for our group, done in a couple different ways there. But in the end, it's a score they're all expecting and wanting to take.
And my group every single week agrees that I'm a dinosaur.
Yeah, that is a common theme on tour these days. And I'm older than you, buddy, so feel my pain. By the way, I thought you were going to challenge me on the Archibald Solder thing. I made all that up, but it is Solder's wall.
I just figured Emporia.
Who knows?
Yeah, maybe.
I just don't want anyone going and looking that up and be like, what is Jerm talking about? Thought we were going to have a little back and forth action there, but it was not to be.
This is very wide. He's going to need a lot of help to get a putt. I think he's going to be fine as far as inbounds.
Oh, boy, he was inches from disaster. If he catches that tree, that could easily roll out of bounds.
And he's got a putt. He got a good skip there. That's thick grass on the right side. Tough to get the skip when you land by those trees.
This looks good.
Isn't it?
Yeah, yes, I agree.
Okay, perfect.
Calvin rolling just outside the back of the bullseye, but that will be another birdie for him. Slowly putting together a pretty good round.
I want to watch more Parker disc golf. I need him to birdie out.
More Parker parking.
Mm-hmm.
2 huge putts today, man.
What's your favorite Welch's?
I don't know. I've always been a fruit punch fan.
Really?
But
what about like jelly?
Strawberry preserves. But I like a nice spicy jam sometimes too.
Really?
You know? Yeah, I do. Mm-hmm. Sure do.
Let's see if Emerson can get a nice spicy jam along with Matteo here.
Oh, that's the honey. That's honey.
No, that's jammed.
Either way, it was sweet.
Smooth. Like butter.
And Emerson, nicely done there.
Very good putts from there.
Showing why this is the second easiest hole. Back-to-back.
Second easiest
Wanna
hole.
gets. Definite wanna gets here.
Yeah.
This
439, second easiest hole in the course.
is 2.47 average, folks.
Just so you guys know.
I want you to have...
Did you get it?
I have been doing very well on this hole lately.
Good.
But I did not get this one yesterday. Is it yesterday or today? I don't know. Round 2, par. And back-to-back star frames for our lead group. A nice putt from Matteo and Emerson.
It is a nice little part of the course where you can kind of guarantee yourself a couple putts for birdie.
Get away from the stress, because the stress starts to pick up right here. A lot of water. I mean, what time did Jomez wake up to get this shot? There's not a ripple on the pond. Beautiful shot of this ever so scary island 16, only 320 feet away, but that island is lifted off the water's edge, so you can't skip off the water too much. You got to air it. And that happens so often.
Good looking shot, just didn't quite get there.
Needed 4 inches more.
You really got to hit this one.
Yep.
Just make sure you hit that back wall, if anything. You take a 3 rather than a 4 any day.
That shot is so good, because at no point did you ever think it was short, but it also had the nice parachute breaks at the end, not go to the back wall and give you that tough decision. Picture perfect shot from Calvin, really.
Parker going with the stall shot. Is this going to be the right distance? Yes.
Perfect.
That's, wow.
That is some incredible trust there from Parker.
With
Beautiful
the ante,
shot.
yeah.
Yeah, so good.
Oh, no.
This is going to need a lot of help. I don't think it's going to get, but it is going to try. The thing is they've painted off the island. So even though most of that disc is dry, it doesn't matter. It's got to be a full foot over that lip. Don't necessarily know if I'm a fan of that, but it's the way it is.
Eddie almost went to drink.
Yeah, his disc was safe the whole time, but his body itself was not. Emerson, a good effort and staying in bounds.
Yeah, that was stressful. It can definitely giddy up and roll.
I don't think they don't call themselves the 8 holes, because they're not, but I think they call themselves the double 8 holes. It's a group thing here, a reference, of course, to Maple Hill and the 8 holes that they have up there. The spectators on the 8th green. Here on the 16th green, they come out in good numbers, matching uniforms. It's a good vibe. It's in. It's good. Parker with a turkey now. Calvin also with a nice birdie putt.
Must make here for Emerson. Bogey's not too bad on this, because everybody gets them. It's like nobody's just going all birds over the weekend except for Calvin. So
tied for the hardest hole on the course.
Oh, tied. Which is
actually, I'm not sure if it's tied, but it is the hardest hole on the course. I thought I maybe saw another 319, but maybe not. But either way, yeah, it's a 2 or a 4. Well, and the 3s if you hit that wall.
Yeah,
it's got it all. It's got it all, really. On to the 17th. Famous forever for the way the World Championships played out just last year. Tee shot got to stay low, stay away from that left side OB as well as the right side OB. And there's just a ton of different tree gaps that you have. Got to figure it out after the tee shot. Almost every time it feels like that. Unless you throw it this far, and then you don't have to figure anything out.
Call those big Sandies.
Just a hyzer approach for Calvin coming.
It's interesting how you can turn this hole into a hyzer shot.
Well, I don't think much hyzer on the tee shot, but the second shot, very much.
I don't think his ever came out of the hyzer. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it's like, you're just patently wrong. It was flat the whole way. Actually drifting in hyzer. Matteo, beautiful, pushing the ceiling all the way. Yep. 3 tremendous drives thus far. This is going to be low, but fine, I think. Yerg. Okay. Decision time. What do you have? This needs to be super overstable, and I think it's trying. Wow. Oh, Emerson, Keith, get out of here.
Party in the bullseye. Oh my gosh.
What a shot. Look at this. Has to short arm himself. Whips that thing over. Getting over the hill just barely and just enough inertia to skip.
Yeah,
and
hitting that downslope gave it enough to get all the way there.
Everything he needed. So good.
Wow.
Yep. Parker's showing why he's here, man. He's been solid all day. Couple bogeys, or just one bogey, actually.
First down.
He's been playing long enough that he's had the opportunity to influence people for 2 decades. Why are there not Matteo clones out there? He is still the only guy who does it that way. I don't get it.
It's hard to do.
But he does it so well. I mean, that's what being an influencer is. You influence people to be like you.
He has to watch that one in there, make sure it doesn't pop back to him.
Yeah, a spit out can do that to you.
Oh, yeah.
But it didn't really affect his putt on 14 and didn't affect him here on 17. And we're just
I have seen people putt like Matty.
Okay.
So there's that. I've seen that style, especially around Alabama. You'll see the higher.
That's fair. I haven't played enough Southern National tournaments. I haven't been playing tournaments in Alabama, so there might be a few down there. Just haven't seen too many players emerge on the tour that mimic that style. And we're just going to get a quick star frame on 17 here. That's a very, very good star frame.
They've gone star frame, not a star frame, star frame. 3 out of the last 4 holes. That's good playing. It's a lot of birdies.
Yeah, a lot of action there on that putt from Parker. Moving into the pole vertically. Very easy to go out the backside there.
All right, we got a clearer picture of what these guys need to do. Parker needs to get, looks like a par just to stay on the lead card, and Calvin needs to get a birdie to tie for the lead. So we got some action. Let's see if they can do it. Emerson needs all the birdies he can get at this point. He's kind of
he's just
dragging behind.
Just didn't have the fire. Still not playing bad by any means. Alden with a bogey on the first hole and then getting 12 of the next 17 holes to shoot his 11 under.
Wow. That's nice.
Calvin gonna have 314, we'll call it. We'll just randomly guess.
Parker gonna have
313 or 316. Is it just short of Calvin's?
16.
Okay. I just thought his angle might be better, but I think you're right. It is a little bit farther.
People lay up to the short part over here with like a spike hyzer almost, and then go around hyzer.
That's what Ricky did yesterday.
Yeah, I like that play a lot, actually.
Honk, honk there. Close call. But if you got hit, you really have no one to blame but yourself, Canada Goose. You're standing right in the fairway. Don't be dumb.
Don't be a silly goose. Seriously.
That was my favorite type of humor. Emerson in the fairway as well. We'll see what kind of low ceiling approaches these guys are going for. Oh, Parker going to go the high forehand spiky play. Over the top tree, wide, and just spiky. Sit. Okay, good. Ground play after the initial roll. Thumbs up there. Thank you for the round, Parker. Good shooting today. Still not over, of course, but it's been a pleasure watching him on Jomez for the first time. And first of many times as my guest. The guy's got a lot of tools. Emerson also likes the high stall spike forehand play. I like this.
Yep.
Staying above the hole. That's where you got to hit. If you start hitting behind the hole, you're going to be challenging that OB line. But well done there for Emerson.
Is it going to turn or is he going to have the tester? Yeah, tester.
Just inside the circle. But downhill, very fast. Pretty scary.
This thing plays like 40 feet, so great angle to see how high it is.
Oh, Parker. Off left side. Would have loved to capture that one. I think that would have taken him to 10 under on the round, perhaps. Oh, Matteo. That putt getting him to 19, I think, keeps him on the lead card.
It does.
Very solid putt. These guys were very close to star framing 18.
Mm-hmm.
Thought Calvin was closer. Oh, no. I thought Calvin was much, much closer. Common miss on here on 18 is that low miss. And that is also one of Calvin's common misses as well. Put those together and you've got 21 under through 2 rounds for Calvin Heimburg. Could not match his 11 under start with an 11 under second round, but that doesn't bother him right now because he is tied for the lead.
Yeah, with Alden, as we said, but we get to keep Matt Orum and Parker. We're going to replace Emerson with Harris, and look at behind them, though. I mean, it's pretty dang tight down the leaderboard. Anyone's game. I would like to see on Sunday somebody shoot 14. Come back just screaming from somewhere, make it interesting.
This would be the season
post
to do
a
that.
Score. Yeah, post a score early and make these guys work. It's a fun round.
Yeah, if the conditions remain scoreable like they have been to the first 2, I wouldn't be too surprised to see somebody just go crazy and do something like James Conrad did from 5th card or 6th card at JomezPro when he shot the 17 under.
Exactly.
But this course is ripe for the taking. We'll see if somebody does that on that final round. But for now, we are 2 rounds in on the 3-round event. Calvin Heimburg, Alden Harris tied at 21 under, chased by a couple of 19s. It's going to be an exciting finishing round. We'll see you tomorrow.